Hey, what's up, guys? It's Frank here with the grand finals of the Aureil Stormgate Invitational 2nd edition, or number 2 edition, however you want to read it, against MC, our blue celestial player, and Snoxtar, our red infernal player. And we're starting off on Titan's Causeway. Right off the bat, we're going to see Snoxtar opening up with an iron vault, and he's got an interesting placement for his meat farm. It's kind of far away from the slimes there. Far enough away that I don't think that the Fellhogs are going to be much help in a fight or when it comes to tanking the hits or providing some extra DPS. But there they are. We are going to see the Hexen coming on forward and doing a little bit of damage to the Prism. But the Prism, okay, no, it's not regenerating anything. So, oh no, it took 6 damage. I don't want to say the game's over or anything, but you know, a Prism took 6 damage at the 1 minute 15-second mark. And yeah, it just looks like Snoxtar's going to get started here on this on the health camp. Oh, and the Fellhog's just far enough away that it won't be able to start tanking anything, and it starts getting stuck on the gets caught on the Hexen as well. Looks like the brute wasn't manually split. That would have given those fiends a little bit extra white health. Not that it matters because fiends off of Shroud, their white health does deteriorate after a bit. So, I mean, they would just end up being in the state that they're in right now, just no white health and just pure DPS. No health or tankiness to speak of, really. All right, now we're gonna see the vision camp getting taken. Meanwhile, back on MC side of the map, we are going to see that 2nd and 3rd arrays are done. Creation Chamber is also done, where Sovereign's Watch is going to pop on it. And he's just going to Sovereign's Watch down these slimes. Nothing new under the sun. I am starting to notice on Titan's Causeway that there's this interesting... There's going to be more and more interesting SimCity around this collection array. Mainly in the fact that I think you can squeeze in a strike node right here. Maybe it's back here a little bit. So that way if someone does try to, if your opponent does try to take your health camp, you can kind of mow down these trees and start assaulting them. And if they try to, like, fight back, you've got that strike node on your side. We do see an attempt at a bit of a fiend run by here along with the Hexen. The Brute didn't come along for the ride, though. I don't know if that was a mind game or if he just didn't come along for the ride. But we are going to see the Guardian Nexus get dropped, so that means that there's probably Kree coming. Either that or he wants the Photoscience Words upgrade. There we go. For his Argents. It's not, the name of the upgrade isn't Photoscience Words, it's just they start with extra energy and they have extra max energy of 20. So photocapacitors. I always want to say it's like photosynthesis or something, but it's photocapacitors. So that's about halfway done. I don't know that we're going to see any Kree out on the map just yet. No, it looks like it's just Argents being built. Meanwhile, Snoxtar's running around the map just collecting a bunch of creep camps, while the Twilight Spire's about halfway done. But do we see... No, we don't even see a Ritual Chamber yet, so we're not going to see Plague Axes anytime soon. But I think that's because... I wonder if that's because Snoxtar wants Spriggans as quickly as possible. Okay, does manage to catch a couple of Argents here, but loses, honestly, a surprising amount of... loses a surprising amount of Fiends here. You know what else is different in this holiday patch that I haven't noticed before is that the lightning legs aren't there anymore. They have like the little wind. They have little wind lines behind them, but the lightning legs are gone. Oh well. Parting is such sweet sorrow. So it looks like Snoxtar's army did get thinned out quite a bit. The Fiends did anyway, and they are a valuable part of the composition, I think. Or at least it's always nice to have a bunch around, just because you don't want your actual valuable army units to be taking damage like that. And they do a good job of just like soaking up charged shots from Argents. Like, the Argents are going to waste a lot of energy. Oh, double Magmadon's coming out. Tries to throw down a Nightfall Infestation to trap the Magmadons on their, or to trap the Argents on their retreat. But the Argents don't get caught by it. They do manage to slip on by, and yeah, now that Infernal Force is trying to fight off a Shroud, but they don't want to. Now we're going to see the Spriggans starting to come out, and that's going to be a real problem for MC if he tries to retreat with his Argents. I don't know. Did he see? He must have seen the Twilight. Let's see if he's got any anti-air coming out just yet. No, we don't see. Oh, alright. No, I take it back. The Legion of Hull is starting to crank out Seraphim. But where's the Seraphim going? Oh, man. Seraphim versus Spriggans is a matchup I didn't think I would see. Alright, the Spriggans are going to keep on chasing forward, though. Seraphim are... I don't think they do bonus damage to anything, right? Actually, I selected the power bank here. Yeah, no bonus damage to anything. They just do a flat 14. Nice hit on the Nightfall Infestation, but it immediately gets canceled out by that Purify. Spriggans are marching on forward, and they just don't have that critical mass, though. And I think they're going to get cleaned up before... yeah, they're going to get cleaned up faster than they can clean up the Argents, especially under that Sovereign's Watch. Oh, it loses the Hexion as well. So that means unless there's a Ritual Chamber up, yeah, not having Plague Axes is a pretty big deal. Because for the low cost of 5 Animus, being able to throw down an Effigy and make Fiends that can catch your opponent on the retreat is pretty valuable. We'll see if the Ritual Chamber comes down later. Oh no, we do see a Shadow Cleft though. Okay. Alright, so we do see a third Shrine going down over here for Snoxtar. And yeah, it looks like MC is really settling down into this this like 6 o'clock position right outside of the speed camp as kind of his like base of operations. Oh, the Seraphim are gonna come over here and be super annoying and threaten these imps. They are gonna manage to get one actually as well. Spriggans are gonna come by though. Yeah, and that effigy's just gonna get knocked down really quickly. The Seraphim are light tagged though. So, oh no, we do see the Arc Fortress beam coming out and just bursting down this the Iron Vault. So it's a very delayed, I would guess, call it a Jesus House build. But oh, we also see an Archangel out on the map. Archangel is heavily armored, but it also does so much damage in the air as an aerial melee unit. Yeah, it's just swatting those Spriggans out of the sky. Alright, and it looks like the Seraphim, down to 1 Seraphim again. Yeah, the Spriggans are just going to make short work of that. Felhog's coming on forward saying, "Get out of here, Argents, you don't belong." There we go. And now the Arc ship, excuse me, the Arc Fortress is got its power refilled for another shot with its Giga Beam. I swear I'm gonna learn the name for that thing one of these days. All right, a second Archangel comes out. This is gonna be really scary for those Gaunts. Yeah. Oh no! The last thing you want is to eat a Meteor Smash from an Archangel. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at all those Gaunts that just vanished. That on top of the like the Mega Laser that comes down from the Arc Fortress. It's just like that was so much army that just disappeared. Actually, this would be really interesting too to see how how this works out between the Spriggans and the Argents, because the Argents are constantly getting their energy refilled. Yeah, and the Spriggan numbers are just too low. There's 3 Gaunts out on the map, and every time the Arc Fortress goes back, it gets recharged by all these power banks. So it's not going to run out of energy anytime soon. So it can just go back and cast its Death Laser again. Oh yeah, yeah. The sprig, like with an Archangel in the sky, those Spriggans are never going to get it back up to their to the right number to challenge this many Argents. Oh no, but they've got to do something about this this Arc Fortress. But really, like as Snoxtar, what do? You can spend money on Shadow Flyers, or you can spend it on Spriggans, and Shadow Flyers are a one-time use. You know, you don't. All right. Oh, another huge meteor smash down on top of all those Gaunts. Spriggans are going to come forward and they're going to try and snipe down the Archangel, and they do manage to get it, but at what cost? Like we're down to 2. Well, we were down to 2 Spriggans, but those numbers came back up. But an Archangel also showed back up. So yeah, I think once the Arc Fortress comes down here to the Infernal Main and takes out that shrine, that might start spelling the end here. We didn't see this shrine being rebuilt, and honestly, it makes sense. Yeah, I don't know what Snoxtar can do to challenge just Argent plus Archangel plus Jesus House. There's the Ritual Chamber, by the way. I don't know if Plague X is actually ever finished up. Oh. All right, so a couple of little small skirmishes going on over there. We do see a couple of Gaunts trying to do what they can. Interesting. The Shadow Cleft hasn't. I don't think it's been scouted yet. Actually, the Ritual Chamber looks really cool when it's that damaged. But yeah, there's the GG from Snoxtar. I think he realizes that there's just no stopping this many Argents with the production that he's got available. So on to game 2. MC goes up 1-0. Game 2 between MC and Snoxtar. MC is up by 1. And here they are facing off on Boneyard. We're seeing the Hexen charge straight into the main of MC. And yeah, nothing really crazy going on. We are seeing a shrine first even before there's a conclave going down. This imp is going to turn into. What's he going to turn into? A vault. Okay, no conclave first. That is funny though, using the Hexen to start doing a little bit of damage to this array, but it's not nearly enough. The array is just going to heal all that damage back up. Yep, it's already back up to full. And now the Hexen just gets to hang out here and start doing damage to the prism. While everything is still getting set up back home. Okay, there's the conclave. The shrine's still going up. Oh wow! Okay, we do see a skull going down on this prism. And immediately the array gets overcharged just to give some healing to the prism there. Another skull connects. That's a lot of energy being used up by this Hexen to try and take down a single prism, and the Hexen just doesn't have the DPS to deal with it. No, the prism's getting further away from the array. What are you doing? Oh, he's gonna zip around, go straight back. He's gaining the acceleration this entire time, and yeah, okay, so now he's healing back up enough. The Hexen's out of energy. He can't shoot any more skulls. Like this, the prism is saved. That just ended up being a lot of mana used up by Snoxtar. Now MC did briefly dip into the red energy there for a second, but I don't know if that's gonna have any long-term implications. We also see that that was the first array. That's 2. So we're up on 3 arrays now for our Celestial player. And yeah, Snoxtar I think is just kind of defaulting back into a standard Infernal creep posture where you just have to walk around the map, get the bounties from all these creep camps, and maybe a couple of buffs while you're at it. But we have also seen that it's more popular these days to take the bounties from a creep camp, but not capture the camp itself. And that's just to not telegraph where your army's at and still have that bonus to your income. I want to say, yeah. That doesn't mean that the opponent like can't capture that camp once they discover it though. And okay. Oh wow. Okay, so these fiends are gonna find this array. They're gonna start focusing it down. Meanwhile, 2 Gaunts and a Hexen isn't all that much. Maybe against two Argents it might be. Oh, dipping down to the red power again. It's unfortunate. We're seeing another Morph Core come out. Alright, and Rollout's getting researched by the Guardian Nexus, so we are going to start seeing some Kree out on the battlefield as well. Oh man, yeah. That's enough. Between the Fiends and the Gaunts. Alright, well we do see a Sovereign's Watch go down. One of the Gaunts already went down as well. Some Gaunt reinforcements showing up. Do a little bit of a body block on that Argent. Instead of chasing those Gaunts, stay on the high ground and get the last shot off on the Argent. And they... Let's see here. Do we see a Ritual Chamber up yet? Yes, we do. Plague Axis isn't done yet, but it's almost done. And we see a couple of Kree out already. Alright. Meanwhile, Snoxtar's Fiends are sharking around the map. I'm just looking for any more of those arrays. I don't know that they're going to be able to find the second and third, especially because they're on the island right there. Oh, trying to use the effigy as a body block was kind of cute. Man, the Kree though, the Kree are like almost the perfect anti-fiend unit, just because they do the AoE. So instead of the fiends getting a great surround and being like, hey, we've got great surface area now, it's like, no. Now it's the Kree that have better surface area because they do that 360 spin attack when they, you know, on that first attack when they enter combat. All right, so the Hexen goes back home and stays on top of the health camp for a little bit just to regenerate some of that health, and more of this Infernal Army is just going to continue to regenerate that white health. Which, by the way, if we're up to version 0.2, we should have, like, a lore-confirmed name for the white health. Please, just anything but white health. We need the lore name for it. Please, just put it into the name. All right, these 2 Argents and all those Kree are going to catch these. Oh no! All right, so the Kree run forward into the Magmadon that's still stomping. Doing great damage. Again, this is almost the same issue that Fiends have with Kree. Is like, all right, you can surround the Magmadon if you want to, but that's just better surface area for the Magmadon to attack. It's not a you're surrounding me. It's a I'm getting great surface area on you type of a situation here with the Magmadon and the Kree. All right. Meanwhile, back in the Celestial base, Guardian Nexus is not researching anything, and Reaper's Rush is probably almost done. Legion Hall looks like it's about 2/3 of the way complete. What are we going to see come out of it first, I wonder? We'll keep it selected. The third for Snoxtar is up and starting to get saturated here. Will it get scouted, though? Yes, it will. Oh, no, the Kree immediately take the hard left turn over to the natural, and I think they're wondering where everything's at. I think they're trying to find out just where everything is. These, oh no, these Gaunts though. So many Gaunts. We see a Superstone get thrown down. Felhog is going to chip in and try and soak up some of this damage. And the Magmadon's trying to come forward and stomp and help out in the combat, but it's just too slow. Meanwhile, while that battle's going on, a hit squad of Kree is going to try and get into the worker lines over here. It looks like they are going to be able to get finished off, and their explosion, what's that light explosion called? Blaze of light, is going to be able to threaten the worker line back in the main. And the looks like the army of Snoxtar is going to be able to push back those Kree that decide to come by and harass the third as well. Yeah, alright, these two Kree are going to try and do what they can. But yeah, there's just too much Snoxtar here. It's not going to happen. Little evolution catalyst happening here on the Vision Camp. Boop. They all turn into money. Which is ironic because, like, the Celestials, like, they use money as, like, top bar mana, basically. Like, you build power banks, which is the much faster and economical way of getting top bar energy. And then you immediately use that energy to, you know, you can use that energy to cast Evolution Catalyst, soak up those creeps into the sky and turn them into money, which then you can use to make more power banks. Blah blah blah. Circle of life. All right, the health camp did reset over here for Snoxtar. We've got fully upgraded gaunts. Oh no! But now we've got the Goku beam going down on the shrine over here. Yeah, this shrine is just done. There's really not much that can be done. There's a Superstone gets thrown down, and to be fair, it is getting quite a bit of damage done on that Arc Fortress. Meanwhile, the main force of MC is going to move on over to the third of Snoxtar. Is it going to be able to get a good connection? It is going to have to file onesie twosie through these chokes, which is going to buy Snoxtar some time to kind of flank from behind. But one Fiend and a couple of really slow brutes is not going to do it, I think. Are they okay? No, those are just the debuffs from the slimes. Another Sovereign's Watch getting thrown down here onto that Aureil, which kind of shows like that the array is there. Oh no! Okay, so we do see a Hellborn getting picked up, while the other Hellborn is kind of having to move back. Hellborn trying to target a Cabal. I don't know about that one. Now we see another Kree run by, going down to this third. This is a lot of army getting... Yeah, there's GG from Snoxtar. Alright, MC's up 2-0. On to Game 3. Alright, here we are in Game 3 on Lost Hope. We're going to see the cross spawn here between MC and Snoxtar. Let's see what happens. We're going to see a Vault get thrown down first. And what else? We have an Imp coming on forward. What is this? The second Vault getting thrown out there is interesting. That's very interesting, actually. Because really, like, the things that come out of an Iron Vault are not... They are not fast units. So it does make sense to kind of build them out further on the map where they can move to their destination a little bit quicker instead of having to walk all the way from the main or from the natural. But the map being as big as it is, I'm surprised that the Shrine First wasn't the build chosen. We are going to see that first Brute come out and start chipping away at this health camp. That should be an easy pickup for Snoxtar. Second Brute pops out and is going to start helping out. And we see... There we go. We see a Prism. Oh, and we do see Emmanuel split out of the Brute there. That was nice. Now, is he going to be annoying and start mining off this Luminite base? Start mining off the Luminite camp. Honestly, I think that this is the way that Prisms should be used. I've been saying this for, I don't know about months, but maybe a month, that because the Celestial gets the Prism as a starting unit, using that to scout instead of to mine is really valuable, especially on these multiplayer maps. The fact that it gets going up to speed is pretty wild. Yeah, it's got a move speed of 6 right now because it It can triple its move speed over time. It's just that it's got really slow acceleration. Alright, so we see 3 Brutes and a Hexen coming out forward to the Vision camp. It's definitely got enough HP for it. Might as well. Like, it's just an economic advantage. It's too good not to take. Alright, and that Fiend isn't going to see anything over there at the like, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I guess. Luminite Mine. These Fiends are going to come forward, though, and they are going to find a couple of Argents. No, I think they could have stayed. Nah, well, maybe not. Yep, get out of there. Get out of the way of all those telegraphed shots. Try not to lose Fiends if you can. There you go. Just let the Brutes soak up all the damage and use the Fiends as little tiny, like, DPS nibblers. Okay. Oh, wow. And already an Ascension Matrix. I think we're going to be seeing the... are we going to be seeing the Jesus House again? Like a fast Arc Fortress to go nuke down some shrines. It's very possible. Oh, we are seeing Vectors out on the field now. Vectors are interesting in that they so in the most recent patch, the holiday balance patch. Oh, Sovereign's Watch gets popped. Yeah, these Infernals have to go home. Yeah, one of the big things to come out of this this balance patch is that the Vectors no longer recover any health when they use their recall ability if it gets researched. So yeah, after they it's just called recall. Okay. The first jump is called a delta jump. It's not a blink. Even though I guarantee you I'm gonna call it blink. That mistake is going to happen. And yeah, Snoxtar's back to just like taking every camp on the map, and why not? Like it's extra resourcing. It especially these oozes, the camps that give Therium are going to be really valuable. And yeah, the supplies are staying pretty even here, but I think we're going to see that change. Maybe. Where's the we're just staying on one creation chamber, one Starforge. Alright. So this is another interesting situation that we've got ourselves into here, is the Fiends are faster than the Vectors, but they're weak to the Vectors. So keeping the Fiends behind the Brutes, which get kited by the Vectors, but the Vectors don't do, here. Yeah, versus ground. Okay, it doesn't matter. They don't do any bonus damage against ground units. Oh, no. No! MC unable to finish off the Hexen there, and the Hexen gets away with just a sliver of health. Where'd he go? There he is. Yeah, just with 20 health. Actually, I don't know why he's not sending that to go hang out on top of the health camp. That'd be really valuable. One Vector blinks out. All right, so looks like MC really is going mass Vectors. That's interesting. I don't like what. In a large enough number, I guess the Fiends might be able to do something useful against these Vectors, just because you know, the Vectors can blink if they think they're about to get surrounded, and then the Fiends can continue to try to attack. But really, the Vectors can. Oh no, that's the end of the Hexen. The Vectors can kite basically everything inside the Infernal, everything that the Infernal has right now, and they're light, so there's not any flying units that that Infernal can make at the moment that can challenge the Vector. But it looks like MC is going to start taking over the center of this map, throwing down a couple of Legion halls, a couple of power banks. There's the Arc Station, but it doesn't look like it's going to get a. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we've got the Ascension Matrix here, but it's not getting turned into the Arc Fortress just yet. Man, and Snoxtar's army is just getting picked apart. The Vectors are so good. They do, you know, they do a fair bit of damage, especially against like the the low health but very numerous. I don't like. I hesitate to call it the swarmy faction, just because like all of the infernal units are kind of slow. That's like their faction identity is like the impending doom. It's like they're gonna take a while to get there, but once they get there, that's kind of it. You'll never be able to bleed them to death. They kind of want to drown you in blood, but it's easier to say that when, oh no, we do see an emergency Superstone go down. The imps are going to turn around and start fighting. Wow, a lot of vectors are going down actually. Okay, so these 4 vectors are going to come down, catch this poor little imp that was just trying to get away. And meanwhile, it did look like there was a separate fight going on in the center here. But now it looks like, oh, they're trying to stay hidden. Not going to work. Nope, they got found by the gauntlet. Oh, man. Yeah. That's, the last one's going to get infested and also turned into a fiend. Nice catch. Yeah, Snoxtar being really thorough there in his pocket base. And, make sure that he finishes off the last of the vectors. I think that Hellbourne's actually a really good idea, just because these the vectors tend to really like to stay together, and they don't like to wander around or spread out all that much. Even though they are like so short range, you'd imagine you would want to spread them out to kind of get their equivalent of. Oh, that's GG. All right. MC goes up 3-0 on to Game 4. As here we are on Game 4 between Snoxtar and MC in the Grand Finals of the Aureil Stormgate Invitational Season 2, or 2nd edition, on Ruination. And what a change this map has gotten from the first iteration. In this patch, I think we also see, we will see that the health cabbage moved. But anyway, this is gonna be match point for MC in this best of 7. We'll see if he actually takes it away. But yeah, pretty stock standard openers. Oh, I like this. I like this little like the sand dunes. I don't think they were like these. Yeah, like the sand texturing wasn't here in the previous version of this map. But yeah, Snoxtar is going for a shrine first, which makes sense. This is a huge map. When Chris Culp, or he goes by Culp Fiction, he was talking about what it took to create this map, because he made this map. And one of the things that he said was that this is actually the exact same size as Boneyard, and Boneyard's pretty big. I don't know why I always thought that this was like, it always felt like a bit of a smaller map to me personally. Oh yeah, and throwing down that power bank means that there's no point in wasting skulls on that prism like we saw in Game 3. Or was it Game 2? Yeah, in Game 2, excuse me. Yeah, because Game 3 was Lost Hope. Anyway, oh wow, we still the Morph Cores still have a bit of a disco ball, like the power of the sun in my hand, Dr. Octopus thing going on with them. But a couple of things about the updates to this map. If this is your first time seeing Ruination post 0.2 patch, is that there's no more health camp right here. This is just a ramp to I don't know. There's just some high ground here on the edge of the map. So there's no more health camp there. Just because it was so free. You can check the patch notes and see why Frost Giant decided to take it out. But it was basically just it was a free health camp that no one was really contesting, and it was encouraging players basically to play not towards one another. I do like these tire tracks that are leading up to the center of the map, though. Very adds a little bit more of the Mad Max vibe to the center of the map here. All right, and Snoxtar going for a third so early, and that's with just a single conclave out on the map, and that's before his pocket natural is even done being fully saturated. But we are going to see the ritual chamber going down, which is good because looks like he's going to be relying heavily on gaunts, and those infested vectors turning into fiends did end up being quite useful to him. Oh, and I think these archers are hoping to catch everything on the retreat back from that camp. Oh no. Is he going to sacrifice that gaunt? Yep. Oh no, now he's taking hits from this from the bruiser. Okay, that was actually kind of cool seeing the staff glow on the ruin walls there. Okay, so Plague Axes are getting researched. We are seeing a second conclave go down. Yeah, and we've got a single imp working on the third for Snoxtar here. Meanwhile, back at our Celestial player's base, we see 1, 2, 3 arrays down, 4 arrays down, and a creation chamber over here at the 6 o'clock position. We've already seen a couple of Argents coming out. I didn't see a Guardian Nexus just yet, so either it's being hidden somewhere or it's just not built yet. Yeah, there's a Kree, so there's got to be a Guardian Nexus. There it is. We've got the energy upgrade for the Argents coming online here. Photocapacitors. That's it. So that gives them an additional 20 energy when they spawn, or when they're trained, and then it's an additional 20 max energy, so they can fire their charged shots. They get 2 extra charged shots when they're fully charged up. Meanwhile, over here, yeah, it's looking like a giant gaunt party. And you know what? I don't hate it. I think it's is it going to be a good response to all this? Yeah, I think it is. There's just not enough Kree to be that threatening to this many light tagged units. Well, okay, I say that, but now there's like 6 Kree here. Yeah, that could be kind of scary. You would want a good... Well, actually, I don't know. Would it be better to have like a tightly packed ball of gaunts, or would it be better to arc them out? Because if you make an arc of gaunts, like that's definitely going to be like incredible surface area connection for the Kree. See the couple of skulls going down. The Argents from the back line are continuing to do great damage, but those Kree fall so quickly, especially with those gaunts doing bonus to light. They are going to find this this proxy creation chamber. Skull's going to come forward. Is going to infest a Argent. It does. Okay, so that I think another thing that people don't give enough credit to the Skull of Shadow for is the vision that it gives. All right, we do see a Sovereign's Watch get popped. This arc station is right in the way of like how I want to position the camera to view the Celestial army. All these Argents are low on energy though. We do see, I don't know if that's, I think that's a new Sovereign's Watch that got dropped. Okay, and some of these yeah, some of those Argents are just so low on health. There we go. Sorry, another one. See another 2 go down. Yeah, this proxy creation chamber is just done for. Alright, another effigy goes down. For those of you wondering, by the way, why Snoxtar can drop down effigy so quickly, it's, in this new patch, there's a cooldown reduction if you drop an effigy on top of existing shrouds. So not only does that effigy become permanent, but you can now drop effigies more frequently. But if you just throw it out on the map, I think it's still the same 30-second cooldown that it used to be. Alright, I guess the answer to Kree is like just having enough gaunts to be able to burst them down. Especially now that Plague Axes are out, being able to burst them down. Man, that is a lot of energy being used on Sovereign's Watches. A lot of Sovereign's Watch charges being used anyway. And I think these Argents are not purpose built to take down these take down those Weavers, which is fine because the Weavers should be focusing down the structures, but they're not. Doing that percentage damage against units that have not that much HP is kind of wasted potential for the Weaver here. And yeah, it looks like Snoxtar's gaunts are just going to keep on charging on forward. Saying, yeah, you might be up 3-0 MC, but I'm not going down without a fight. Yeah, these Weavers are doing fantastic damage against these structures. The Aureil was forced to lift off. Isn't going to be able to get a clean getaway, though. Looks like it does manage to get over the ruins, but okay, now the gaunts lose sight of it. Can you imagine that? Some guy on the ground throwing an axe like above a skyscraper. That's just incredible. So yeah, Snoxtar is really comfortable right now. The supply is definitely in his favor. He's over here grabbing this passive Luminite camp. Yeah, this is Snoxtar's game to lose. He's definitely got a fantastic upper hand here, and I think taking out taking out the creation chamber and the it wasn't the Guardian Nexus. It was a Legion Hall that was over here that he took out. Might have been. But yeah, taking those out was I think a bit of a blow to MC here, but MC's not out of the fight by a long shot. I just think that 4 arrays is not enough economy. It's not the economy that he wants anyway. And now, all right, well, we are going to see a Weaver yoinking back in Argent, and now all these Argents are going to focus that Weaver down. Oh! Okay, so he did have to throw down a double Purify, MC did, just to avoid getting a Nightfall Infestation. That's still not going to be enough, though. These gaunts are just outnumbering. Yeah, and MC says GG, and Snoxtar goes up 1-3. All right, we've got a series on our hands. On to Game 5. All right, guys, here we are, Game 5 of the Grand Finals of the Aureil Stormgate Invitational second season. We're going to start off with seeing MC breaking down trees. How interesting. I would imagine because you have a lot of flying structures and flying stuff that you wouldn't really want to do that, but, you know. What do I know? What do I know? These guys just operate on a completely different level. I'm over here just like banging 2 rocks together and calling it sophistication, but these guys are capable of playing mind games that would make 3D chess seem like child's play. They're truly they play 5-dimensional low orbit underwater Japanese pachinko in terms of mind games. So I'm sure that there's a reason for breaking down those trees. And I'm sure that you lovely people in the comments are going to let me know exactly what that is. Meanwhile, Snoxtar going for the Conclave first, which is interesting. It's interesting because I think we're starting to see, especially in this patch, people are starting to notice that there's a bit more. Oh, wow. That's really new as of this patch as well. The just how fast the creeps return to their camp to prevent getting creep dragged is nice. They like sprint back, and again we see that the lightning legs are gone. We don't see the lightning effect on the units anymore, but we do see the little blue speed lines there. As our Infernal player is gonna take the speed camp right out from under the nose of MC. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That's almost kind of funny. Okay, so one Argent is done and on the way out. This creation chamber just finishes getting built. Unfortunately, just in time to get challenged. But is it going to start? Okay, it is recovering health. Yeah, that green power's pretty nice. Yeah, and because his creation chambers are in green power, they're also going to be pumping out Argents a lot quicker. And I think these Argents are going to try and contest this health camp, but their numbers are just way too low. And now that it's been captured by Snoxtar, that's not a fight he wants to take. Yeah, every second that these the Infernals are staying on their own health camp is a second that, you know, MC needs to just leave them alone. Especially once the effigy goes down and they're regenerating white health and like regular health at the same time. It's like, yeah, not a fight you want to take. I get you want to keep pressure on them or keep vision of them, but that's their play pit now. That's their sand pit. You have to leave them alone. Back at home, we do see the natural for Snoxtar up and online. We see Plague Axe is just starting up. 6 imps on the Therium in the main. We see another Conclave going down. So we did see mass gaunts to great success on Ruination for Snoxtar. It looks like he's going to be going for something similar here. We'll see if that works. The Hexen's getting a little low on health. You don't want to lose that Hexen too early, especially before you have other means of feed production. Effigy drops, but the Effigy drops, but Plague X isn't done being built yet, and I think we're finally starting to see MC hit a stride in terms of Argent production. So those Argents definitely, I think all those Argents probably still would lose to this many Gaunts, but not by much. Okay, another effigy gets dropped, and these Gaunts do have Plague Axe now, and that means that every Argent they kill is going to get turned into a Fiend. They need to focus fire a little bit more though. Yeah, and going down to 5 Fiends or 5 Gaunts is maybe a little bit scary for Snoxtar because he knows he has to stay defensive, especially if he wants to expand over here into this third. But I think that's just not going to happen anytime soon. He knows that, you know, the Celestials are out there. They're probably right around the corner. They're hiding behind every bush and hiding up inside of every tree. But and again, we're seeing another Seraphim come out here from MC. We've seen MC build some Seraphim before, but to limited effect. I wonder if that's just if he just uses them to, yeah, as an evolution catalyst. Scout. It's just a cheap flying unit that doesn't have economic impact, because you don't want to pull away a prism that could be generating Luminite for you to go scouting around, so you can do evolution catalyst stuff. All right, yay! We did grab the cabbage. Okay, so an FG goes down, and the Gaunts do outnumber the. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, another reason the Fiends are really good here is because of how much energy they soak up from the Argents. Not that it matters because well, actually no, I take that back. It does matter a lot. That's double damage that's not being done to the Gaunts. That's being done to the Fiends instead, which is great because Fiends are meant to be overkilled, and like, they're made to be traded against inefficiently just because they're so inexpensive. And now we're seeing Snoxtar starting to make his own a little bit of a Shroud Highway for himself. I really like that. Alright, Reaper's Rush is about 3/4 done, 2/3 done. We're seeing another Conclave come online. So it's the third Conclave. He's definitely got an army that seems like he has more than that. Here, okay, so his third shrine is up. Uh-oh. Alright, so we saw Evolution Catalyst go down on the speed camp here. Seeing an FG go down, but that is a lot of... No, I don't think you stutter step into these... I think stutter stepping into these Argents was a bad move. Like, they just had such a great surround already. Yeah, now the double Purify is going down, making sure that they don't get infested. I think it's time to leave. If anything, it's time for the Gaunts to chase underneath of that... To chase underneath the Arc Fortress and make sure that it doesn't do the Goku beam on his shrine. And this is match point for MC, so if he takes it away, this is it. But yeah, there's the GG. Congrats from Snoxtar, and MC is going to win the Aureil Stormgate Invitational 2nd Edition. GG's. Congrats, MC. Thanks for the great games, guys.